Welcome back to our Insight series. The Australian managed funds industry has experienced a phenomenal amount of regulatory change over the last 3 years. And there's no forecast for this to slow down in the foreseeable future. I understand that MFS has introduced a number of initiatives to help managers navigate this ever-changing regulatory change. It'd be great to hear from you, Vicky, about the new initiatives.
Yeah, thanks, Glenn. Well, since 2021, we have all experienced an unprecedented level of regulatory change and pressure, and the regulators have made it quite clear that there is more change coming. So change is the only constant, and because of that, we've had to look at how we need to change in order to ensure our service model is effective, efficient, and delivers value to clients. So the regulatory change of the past, as well as what's coming through the pipeline, means that deeper subject matter expertise is required. And so we've invested in our people and systems in order to strengthen and expand our core business in order to provide value. So going forward, our clients will now benefit from our new centres of excellence. So clients will have a single point of contact, so through a client management expert who will now have access to 5 brand new specialist teams with deep subject matter expertise across disclosure, fund compliance, fund reporting, service provider oversight, which also includes all service provider and investment manager incidents reporting, and client projects and administration.
Excellent. Thanks for that. Given the complexity of the managed funds landscape, I totally agree that the subject matter expert is an absolute must-have. Obviously, across our client base, we have a strong mix of domestic and global managers. Can you outline to me how these new initiatives and new changes will impact and help our global managers?
Well, I think ensuring regulatory compliance is critical for both offshore and onshore managers, and it's the rate of change that makes the regulatory compliance challenging for all. So as you know, in Australia, we use the trust structures, which most offshore managers are not familiar with. So the challenge is getting them comfortable with, the requirements of a jurisdiction that differs from their own. So this is where we can add value. So we can provide assistance and guide managers to better understand the nuance of the Australian market. So we have a comprehensive range of service that spans across custody, trustee and responsible entity for the managed funds market. And we also offer corporate director services for CCIVs, and we're building out an investment operations capability for those investment managers that need support in that area.
Yes, I agree, Vicky. I can speak in personal experience that, learning the nuance of the Australian market can take a little bit of time, but rest assured, it's no more complicated than any of your, large international market. Moving on, maybe something that you may need a crystal ball for. And naturally, yourself and your team is at the coalface with clients day in, day out, hundreds of clients. What I'd be really keen to understand is, what do you see as the next trends affecting the managed funds landscape here in Australia for the next 12 months?
As much as I wish I had a crystal ball, I'm sad to say I can't exactly predict what will happen, especially in an election year. But if I had to give you an informed guess, I would break it down into 2 areas. So the first area are the regulatory trends, where I think we will continue to see a strong focus on private credit, ESG, sustainability and data. And in terms of market trends, I would suggest we will see an increasing demand for alternatives, as well as the democratisation of the alternative space and continued growth in listed products.
All right. Well, thanks, Vicky. This has been a really interesting insight into the managed funds landscape. I look forward to hearing more on how the Centre of Excellence and the team work on assisting and helping our clients in the coming months.